My child, what if I will say goodbye to you now, right at this moment? What if I will tell you that you didn't follow up the path I showed you, and all your efforts towards me are in vain? Child, I am not here to bring terror, but to guide you with love and truth. For you are my beloved, my creation, and my purpose is to lead you into the fullness of life, into the goodness of all that I have prepared for you. And yet there are moments, my child, when you stray from the path, when you lose your way and forget the very direction I've given you. It is not out of anger that I speak to you, but out of deep concern for your soul. When I ask you this, what if I say goodbye to you now? It is not an expression of harsh judgment, but a call for reflection, a reminder of how vital it is for you to stay close to me, to stay in the shadow of my wings, to keep walking the road that leads to your divine destiny. I say these words not to instill fear, but to awaken you to the urgency of this moment. For your life as you know it is not a series of random events. It is woven with purpose, filled with moments that can lead you to greatness or to destruction. The choice is yours, my child. Do you see now the importance of every decision you make? Every thought you entertain? Every action you take? I have given you free will, yet your will is meant to align with mine. Your heart, meant to be a reflection of my love, must beat in rhythm with my plans for your life. When you follow my path, there is peace, there is purpose, there is fulfillment. But when you turn away, even for a moment, there is confusion, there is turmoil, and there is pain. I do not wish for you to experience these things, child. I do not wish for you to stumble in the darkness, but I warn you, because I love you. The choices you make today will echo into your tomorrow. And if you choose to walk away from me, to ignore my voice, there may come a time when you look back and realize that you have wandered too far, that you have missed out on the blessings I have waiting for you. Imagine for a moment what it would mean for me to say goodbye to you, to turn my face away, to leave you to your own devices. Would you be able to bear it? Would your heart not break, knowing that I, the one who loves you above all, have distanced myself from you because you have chosen your own path over mine? But know this, my child, I am always with you. I will never truly leave you. I am faithful, even when you are not. My love for you is unchanging, and I long to see you turn back to me, to return to the place where your soul can find rest, where your spirit can find peace. I am not here to condemn you, but to offer you the greatest gift, the gift of a life in alignment with my will, the gift of a relationship with your Creator, the gift of eternal love. So I ask you now, my child, where are you? Where have you gone in your heart? What have you allowed to pull you away from me? Is it the distractions of the world, the pursuits of fleeting pleasures, the cares and worries that consume your thoughts? I understand these things, child. I know the struggles you face, the burdens you carry. But I am here to tell you that I am the answer, the one who can lift you from the depths, who can heal the wounds and restore what has been lost. You do not have to do this alone. You do not have to continue on a path of isolation and pain. Come back to me. Come back to the path of life, where I will lead you into the fullness of all that I have prepared for you. Do not let fear or shame keep you from returning to my arms. I have seen your heart, my child. I know your pain, your doubts, your regrets. But none of these things can separate you from my love unless you allow them to. I have not forgotten you. I have not abandoned you. My heart aches when I see you struggling, when I see you running from me instead of toward me. But I am patient. I am long-suffering. I wait for you to come home. And so I ask again, what if I say goodbye to you now? What if this is the moment when you choose to listen, to turn back, to come closer to me? What if this is the moment that changes everything for you? My child, you are not beyond my reach. You are not too far gone. There is nothing that can separate you from my love, nothing that can remove you from my plan for your life, unless you choose it. You must choose me. You must choose to walk with me, to trust in me, to follow the path that I have laid before you. It is a narrow road, yes, but it is the road that leads to life. The world may offer you shortcuts, detours, and distractions, but these will only lead you into darkness. The way that leads to me may be difficult, but it is also the way that leads to peace, to joy, to fulfillment. I do not promise you a life without struggle, my child. There will be trials, there will be moments when you will wonder why things are so hard. But know this, I am with you. I am beside you. I am guiding you. And no matter what you face, I will provide for you. I will carry you through the storms. I will hold you in the darkest moments. I will bring you into the light, where you can see clearly, where you can rest in my love. I ask you now, my child, to reflect on the path you have chosen. Are you truly walking with me? Are you truly following my lead, or are you allowing the world to pull you away? Are you listening to my voice, or are you drowning it out with the noise of your own desires and fears? Do not let this moment pass without answering my call. Do not let this be the moment when you continue down a path that leads to destruction. Come to me, child. Come back to the place where you belong. I am waiting for you with open arms, ready to forgive, to restore, and to guide you into the fullness of life. You have a purpose, my child. You are not here by accident. You are part of my divine plan, and I have great things in store for you. But these things can only come to pass when you choose to follow me, when you choose to walk in my ways, when you choose to listen to my voice above all others. I am here. I am waiting. Will you come? Will you turn back to me now, and let me lead you into the life I have always intended for you? Will you trust me, even when the road seems hard, and even when the world tells you to turn away? My child, I love you with an everlasting love. I have not abandoned you, nor will I ever. But I call you now to choose me, to choose the life I have for you. Do not let fear or doubt hold you back. Do not let pride or shame keep you from returning to me. I am here, and I will never turn you away. The path before you is one of peace, one of love, one of grace. It is the path that leads to life. Come, my child, follow me, and together we will walk into the fullness of your destiny. My child, there are those who have walked this path before you, those who once stood where you stand, and they too were given the choice I have placed before you. They were given the gift of free will, just as you have, to follow me or to walk away. There have been many who, like you, have known my voice and felt the tug of my love, but in their hearts they chose to go their own way. They were tempted by the distractions of the world, the allure of things that seemed good in the moment but ultimately led them astray. These souls, my child, are not unlike you. They too were created with a purpose. They too were meant to walk in my ways and to fulfill the plans I had set for them. But they made a choice that would later fill their hearts with regret. And so their stories are not so different from yours. Their mistakes are not so distant from the one you now stand on the verge of making. They, too, were faced with the opportunity to follow me, and they, too, heard my call. But they, too, turned away. It is not that they were evil, or that they lacked good intentions, no. Many of them were sincere in their hearts, seeking fulfillment and peace in the ways that seemed right to them. They pursued success, wealth, status, or relationships that they thought would give them the happiness they longed for. They filled their lives with things, with accomplishments, with distractions, hoping that somehow, in the pursuit of these things, they would find meaning and purpose. But what they failed to realize, my child, is that nothing in this world can satisfy the deepest longings of your soul except for me. I am the only one who can fill the emptiness that lies within. All that the world offers is fleeting, temporary, and ultimately empty. You see, my child, the more they strayed from me, the further they drifted from their true selves. They became lost in a sea of desires, in a maze of choices that led them further and further away from the path of life. And with every step they lost a little more of their connection to me, to the divine purpose I had set for them. But what happened to these souls, my child? What happened when they finally came to the realization that the path they had chosen was not the one I had laid out for them? What happened when they finally came face to face with the truth that they had walked away from me, that they had abandoned the path of life in favor of the path of their own making? They regretted it, deeply. And the regret they felt was not just for the wrong choices they had made, but for the time they had lost. The precious time that could have been spent walking with me, growing in faith, living out their purpose, and experiencing the joy and peace that comes from being in alignment with my will. That time, once gone, could never be reclaimed. The years they had spent chasing after things that were never meant to fill them left them with a deep sense of sorrow, a sorrow that weighed heavy on their hearts. And it is in that sorrow, my child, that they realized the depth of their mistake. They realized that they had spent so much time trying to fill the void within them with things that were never meant to satisfy. They had turned to relationships that were toxic, to careers that consumed them, to pleasures that were fleeting. And in doing so, they had forgotten the one thing that could truly give them peace, a relationship with me. The regret they felt was not just for the choices they had made, but for the way those choices had shaped their lives. They looked back and saw the damage they had caused, not just to themselves, but to the people around them. They saw the hurt they had inflicted on those who loved them, the opportunities they had missed, the potential they had squandered. And the pain of that realization was a heavy burden to bear. But, my child, I do not want you to carry that burden. I do not want you to experience the same regret, the same heartache, the same sorrow. You see, it is not too late for you. It is not too late to choose the path of life, to come back to me, to walk in the way I have prepared for you. The regret that these souls felt is not permanent, for I am a God of redemption. I can restore what was lost. I can heal the wounds of the past. I can bring beauty from the ashes. But first you must choose me. The regret these souls felt was deep, yes, but it was also a wake-up call. It was a moment of clarity that broke through the fog of their choices and showed them the truth. It was a turning point, a moment where they realized that they had been given a second chance, a chance to make things right, a chance to come back to the path of life. And for some, this realization was enough to lead them back to me. They repented, they turned their hearts toward me, and they began the journey of healing and restoration. But for others, the regret was too much to bear. The shame of their past choices kept them from coming back to me. They believed that they were beyond redemption, that the mistakes they had made were too great to be forgiven. And so they stayed in the darkness, unable to come into the light, unable to accept the love and grace I was offering them. They allowed their past mistakes to define them, to hold them in bondage. They chose to remain in the prison of their own regret, even though I was offering them freedom. But my child, I am here to tell you that your past does not define you. Your mistakes do not have the final say over your life. I do. I am the one who created you, who formed you with purpose and intention. And I am the one who will restore you, heal you, and lead you into the life I have planned for you. The regret these souls felt was painful, yes, but it did not have to be the end of their story. And it does not have to be the end of yours. You see, my child, regret can be a powerful tool. It can be a turning point, a moment that causes you to reflect, to repent, and to choose a new direction. But if you allow regret to consume you, if you allow it to hold you in the past, it will only keep you from moving forward. Regret is not meant to be a prison, it is meant to be a teacher. It is meant to show you where you have gone astray, to help you learn from your mistakes, and to lead you back to the path of life. Do not let regret paralyze you, my child. Do not let it keep you from moving forward. Do not let it keep you from embracing the future I have prepared for you. For I am not a God who condemns, but a God who forgives. I am not a God who holds your mistakes against you, but a God who offers you grace and mercy. It is time to let go of the past, my child. It is time to stop dwelling on the mistakes you have made and to start focusing on the path that lies ahead. It is time to make the choice to follow me, to walk with me, to trust me with your life. For I will guide you, I will provide for you, and I will lead you into the fullness of all that I have planned for you. Do not allow regret to be your final destination. Let it be the fuel that propels you forward, the motivation that drives you to seek me with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your strength. For when you choose to follow me, when you choose to walk in my ways, you will find the peace, the joy, and the fulfillment that you have been searching for all along. So, my child, I ask you now, will you learn from the regrets of others? Will you take their story to heart and choose a different path? Will you walk with me, trust me, and allow me to lead you into the fullness of the life I have for you? The choice is yours, my child, and I am waiting for you to choose wisely, to choose life, to choose me. With all my love, your Heavenly Father.